Mr. President, request that proceedings under the quorum call be dispensed with.
Without objection.
Mr. President, we are at the end of the day here after having turned to the Energy Policy Modernization Act. We've had some members come to the floor to speak to the significance and the importance of finally, after almost 8 years now, updating and modernizing our energy infrastructure, our energy supply, our energy efficiency, and accountability within the energy space. Know that we are going to be continuing to work to address not only much of what is contained within the bill, but looking to amendments from colleagues. We have solicited and have received a fair number of amendments today. The ranking member and I are processing these and looking again to not only set up a unanimous consent agreement here this evening, but I will take this opportunity to remind colleagues that if you have amendments that you do wish to be brought up, please file them and please come to the floor to speak to them. We will have hopefully a full opportunity tomorrow to do just that, but we do intend to work aggressively to get through this very important, very bipartisan measure. So, Mr. President, at this time, I would ask unanimous consent that the following amendments be called up en bloc and reported by number in the following order. Amendment 2968 from Senator Shaheen. Amendment 2963, Senator Murkowski. Amendment 3017, Senator Barrasso. Amendment 2982, Senator Markey. Amendment 3021, Senator Crapo, and Amendment 2965, Senator Schatz.
Is there objection? Without objection. The clerk report the amendments by number.
The senator from Alaska, Ms. Murkowski, proposes in block amendments numbered 2968, 2963, 3017, 2982, 3021, 2965.
Mr. President, I would ask unanimous consent that at 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, the Senate vote on the Crapo Amendment number 3021, and at 1:45 p.m., the Senate vote on the Schatz Amendment number 2965. That no second-degree amendments be in order to the Crapo or Schatz amendments prior to the votes. And finally, that the time until 12 o'clock noon and following the disposition of the Crapo amendment until 1:45 p.m. be equally divided between the two managers or their designees.
Is there objection?
Mr. President.
Senator from Washington.
Mr. President, reserving the right to object, but I will not object. I just want to point out to our colleagues the Chair has worked with us today to get a number of these pending amendments, and I know she'll probably express this, but it is our intent. Hopefully we'll have some votes on these other amendments, either by voice or additional votes. So I hope that colleagues who are interested in other amendments will come down, but I think that this process gets us going on the voting and could be on some of these pending amendments as well. So I do not object.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. President, senators should be aware that we may add additional roll call votes on amendments to both stacks of votes tomorrow, as the ranking member has said. It would certainly be our intent that, again, we work to process as much as we can during the time that we have. Mr. President, I would now ask unanimous consent that the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
And Mr. President, I would now ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it adjourn until 9:45 a.m. Thursday, January 28th. Following the prayer and pledge, the morning hour be deemed expired, the journal of proceedings be approved to date, and the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day. And finally, following leaders' remarks, the Senate resume consideration of S. 2012.
Without objection.
Mr. President, if there's no further business to come before the Senate, I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order.
Senate stands adjourned until 9:45 a.m. tomorrow.
The Senate stands adjourned until 9:45 a.m. tomorrow.